Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to remove a batten holder and install a downlight. There's two common sizes of downlights here in Australia. It's the 90mm downlight and the 70mm downlight. It doesn't matter what brand of downlight you use, just try and buy a good brand, I guess. This video is for both sizes of downlights. This one in particular is a 90mm. I prefer the 90mm over the 70mm because you can actually put your hand up in the roof and grab the cables if needed. The 70mm, it's a struggle to fit your hand up because 70mm diameter isn't that big. And the positives to the 90mm cutout is you can fit the 413 socket off to the wires. That's what the downlight plugs into. You can fit it off to the wires and it'll just fit up into the roof nicely. So this downlight I'm using is just a 9-watt downlight. It's tricolor, and that just means it does 3 different color temperatures: cool white, warm white, and daylight. So let's get stuck into the tools that you're going to need. Okay, so the tools you're going to need are a ladder to get up to the light, a plaster saw or drill with a hole saw to cut your 92mm hole. I recommend the drill and hole saw because it just does a cleaner cut over the plaster saw. You can sort of get a bit jagged around the edges with that, but if you're only just doing one, a plaster saw is fine and it'll get you out of trouble, and it's a lot cheaper. Pliers to twist some cables together and strip, a flathead and Phillips head screwdriver, which are both inside here, a surface socket to fit off to your cables, so then the downlight just plugs into there, a multimeter just to check if your power is there or not. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is check if there's power at the light before we go out to the switchboard. So just turn your light switch on. Yep, we have power. Don't worry if there's no globe in the light or it's broken or something. We will be pulling this down once we've isolated it at the switchboard and testing it anyway. So just at your switch, turn it on, light comes on. Let's head outside to our switchboard and isolate our lighting circuit. Locate your switchboard and open it up, and we just need to identify which are our light circuits, and I have 3, so I'm going to turn all 3 off. If you don't know which one your lighting circuit is, you might have more than one. Just turn them all off, turn every switch off, doesn't matter what it is, kill the whole switchboard, so then that way when we pull down the light it's just extra safe. If you have fuses, pull out all the fuses and just completely isolate everything in the house. Let's go back into the house now and pull down the light and test it. Okay, back inside the house, your light should now be off. We can now pull the globe out and use our Phillips head screwdriver to pull down the light. Okay, once you've unscrewed your light, pull it down. Make sure you don't touch anything just yet because we still want to put our multimeter on our red and black, which is our active and neutral, and our red and earth. Once you have your multimeter, you just need to set it to voltage AC with the wave symbol, and it should say 0 volts. So just grab your multimeter leads and you want to test between active and earth, and you should read 0 volts AC and active and neutral 0 volts AC. This light has no power and is safe to disconnect. Okay, so once you've got the light disconnected, you should have a active, neutral and earth. If you've pulled the light down and you have another active, neutral and earth and they're all twisted together, that'll probably go off to another light. If you pull this light down and you have a hard active and a switched active. So that might just mean that your house is looped at the light. So if you don't know what that is, I'll link a video above. That just means your hard actives will need to go into the loop-in terminal of your surface socket, and they would have probably came out of the loop-in terminal of the light, which is just this one here. So your active and your neutral would have gone in those two terminals. It doesn't matter which way they went, and the earth goes into the clearly marked green labeled terminal there. This is the 413 surface socket, and you can see that we have a active, neutral and earth, and the terminal there with the little shielding over the terminal entry needs to be cut out, and the hard active would go in there. You now have two options. The first option is to get into the roof and make sure you have no wood or metal around the hole, so you're free to push the cable up into the roof and drill, or you can grab a little bit of wire and just make sure that the wire length is about 45 mil or longer, because you can poke that up and spin it around just to make sure there's nothing in the way of the hole when you drill. It's just a cheeky little trick I learnt. So you can either use a little bit of wire or a metal coat hanger, or a little bit of offcut of cable or something, just to get a gauge of what's around. For me, when I use the little bit of metal wire up and around in the roof, there's actually a steel batten running through this side, so it's literally right on the edge of that plaster. So I need to make this side here the edge of my hole. So 45 mil about this way is where I'll drill straight up into the roof. If you put the bit of wire up and you're still not sure, the best bet is to definitely get up in the roof and find the light and pull the cable out of the way and check around it and make sure there's no metal or timber in the way. Okay, so for me, I know there is metal right there. So the diameter of the downlight is 90 mil. So half of that is 45 mil. So I'm going to just measure 45 mil away from the metal batten in this direction, mark my hole, push the cable up as far as I can go, or you can also jump in the roof and pull it out of the way. So once I've marked my hole, I'm just going to use my normal 92mm hole saw for this one and drill the hole. Once your hole's cut, pull out your cable and push any roof insulation away from the hole, so when you fit the new downlight up, it doesn't cover it. Once you've done that, it's time to strip your wires back if they need it and install your surface socket. Once you've got your wires stripped, just terminate them into your active, neutral and earth. And if you have a hard active with your twin or something like that, you just need to break away the shield of the surface socket and use the loop-in terminal. That just acts as a connector. Once you've got the wires terminated into the terminals. Do a bit of a tug test. Make sure no wires fall out. You don't want to see any of the red, black and earth insulation hanging out of the surface socket. Have it like that and pop your plastic base on. Like so. Once you've done that, unbox your downlight. You can choose your color temperature from cool white, daylight, or normal light, I think Voltex calls it, or warm white. For me, I'm going to go cool white. You can always change it after. Plug your downlight in and push the surface socket back into the roof with the rest of the cable. To put the downlight up, you've got the two metal tabs on the side. It's kind of like a mouse trap. You just need to lift them both up at the same time, squeeze them together and shimmy the downlight up. That's how you install a downlight. Let's turn the power back on now and test. Back at your switchboard, turn your lighting circuit breakers back on. And let's go back inside and test our light. Okay, so the power's back on. Let's turn the light switch on and see how it looks. That's it guys, thanks for watching. That's how you change a batten holder to a downlight. Cheers.